Lucy Worsley investigates Jack the Ripper's Dark Legacy, London, August 31st, 1888. The gaslights flicker through the fog. Somewhere near Bucks Row, a constable walks his beat, lantern in hand. At 3:40 a.m., he finds a woman lying near a stable gate. Her throat has been cut, deep and clean. The body is cold. Her name is Mary Ann Nichols. This will not be the last. It will only be the beginning. He left no fingerprints. He walked through alleys like a ghost, and even now, 130 years later, we still whisper his name. He wasn't just a killer, he was the first horror icon of the modern age. The year was 1888, and London was two cities in one. On one side, the royal palaces, the polished boots, the carriages. On the other, soot, shouting, sickness. Whitechapel sat on that second side, a maze of alleys and shadows. Thousands lived there, many of them women who worked just to sleep indoors. The poor lived in corners the rich would never see, and that made them invisible. But someone was watching. Her name was Polly, short for Mary Ann Nichols. She was 43, worn by gin and hardship. That night, she'd walked until her feet ached. Lodging houses wouldn't take her unless she had the coins. So she said she'd earn them, then disappeared into the fog. She was found on her back, skirt pulled high, neck opened like a door. Her eyes still open, no blood trail, no weapon, no witnesses, just silence. The newspapers printed her name, and London began to panic. A week later, it happened again. Her name was Annie Chapman, 47 years old. She lived in Spitalfields, in shared rooms and shared secrets. She walked with a limp. She never caused trouble. She was found in a backyard before dawn. Her throat was cut, her body mutilated. The killer had taken something from her. Part of her womb. The papers were breathless, the police were quiet, and the people afraid. Then, just 9 days later, two women in one night. Elizabeth Stride was first. She was found with her throat cut, but nothing else done. Some believed the killer had been interrupted. Then, 45 minutes later, in another alley, Catherine Eddowes was found. Her face carved, her kidney removed, her insides rearranged like someone writing a message. Finally, Mary Jane Kelly, the youngest. She had her own room. She was found on her bed. What was left of her body was barely human. Her face had been erased, organs placed beside her like trophies. It was the last and worst of the five. 5 women, 5 brutal scenes, 1 man, maybe. The police didn't catch him. They tried. They questioned hundreds. They offered rewards, but the clues went nowhere. And that's when the letters came. One began, "Dear Boss." It mocked the police, promised more. It was signed, Jack the Ripper. The name stuck. The legend grew. Historian Lucy Worsley says this moment, when the press gave the killer a name, was the turning point. Before Jack, murder was a tragedy. After Jack, it was a narrative. The media printed sketches of suspects, diagrams of the bodies, quotes from locals. Crime became entertainment. And the killer? He became the first media-made monster in history. Lucy Worsley explains something even darker. By publishing every detail, the newspapers may have fueled the killer's ego. Modern criminal psychologists agree, when killers are given names, attention, and press, they feel powerful. It becomes a performance. Jack might not have written the letters, but he definitely read the headlines, and more importantly, future killers studied him. Experts say the Ripper's case inspired how serial killers leave signatures, choose symbolic victims, and communicate with the media. From the Zodiac to BTK to modern copycats on the dark web. Jack the Ripper didn't just kill people. He wrote a playbook. This is why media outlets today are careful, or should be. When we give evil a stage, it finds an audience. No one was arrested, No one was charged. The case files grew dusty, then yellowed, then digital. The victims faded from memory. But Jack became timeless. The man they never saw. The myth they never stopped watching. What if the Ripper never left London? What if he just changed names and kept going? And what if we, the ones who can't stop reading about him, are part of the reason why? Subscribe for your next chilling whisper.